tyrant angel, raiser of the dead, shapeshifter and sower of chaos, Middle-earth media influencer. I want to propose a question to you, a thought experiment where worlds collide and one becomes the other. My question is, if Sauron got transplanted into today, like ripped out of fiction and teleported into Venice Beach, California, or Silicon Valley, what would he aspire to? Who would he be? The head of some MLM makeup company? A Silicon Valley CEO of some tech corp that monitors and aggregates all of your data, and I mean all of it? Or would he be a politician? Somebody playing both sides while he consolidates power. I mean, at least for the orcs, his power is a pyramid scheme. Their belief is built on getting others to believe his power and fame and notoriety.
Wait. Is power and belief just the same thing? Like, for instance, take money. It really is worthless. It has meaning, but it's worthless. It's scraps of paper, ones and zeros in a bank account. It's the belief that we collectively put into it that gives it its power.
Why are we fighting for the Dark Lord anyway? What are we getting out of this? And all we have to give is our lives.
Coming to the 21st century Earth, what would he do first? I think he would first seek to influence hearts and minds, not via Palantir, but through some sort of media. It could be any of them, take your pick. Sauron with a Pinterest board. Or would he spend $1 billion on a show that butchers his and others' story legacy? Oh, wait. That's just Amazon. Scratch that.
Oh, yes.
He would stir up fake news, sell products to enhance his bottom line of reinvigorating Morgoth. Maybe come with gifts. Donor money using shadowy campaign finance loopholes so big he could fly a fell beast through to buy what politicians he could. He would amass a loyal following of millions.
Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
Geek side note. After the fall of Numenor, no more could he take the fair visage of the children of Iluvatar, and would have to be seen as the monster angel he was. But let's just say we're taking Sauron in his full power, with the ring and all, and we haven't even gotten to what the ring would be in our time. Let's do that right after we get Sauron's hustle bro to-do list down on paper.
And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week.
Alright, so here's his plan of attack, the way I see it. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is what would go down in the 21st century. Okay, so we've already got number 1, amass following. Number 2, amass profit. Number 3, use money to buy more influence online. 4, rile up loyal following to do bidding on social media. 5, buy politicians. 6, destabilize other countries' economies and military operations. And finally, 7, sell products on Google. But okay, so influencing is the name of the game for his first stages, and it certainly was when he was taken bound and chained to Numenor, turning the people away from all their glory and power by exploiting the fear of growing old and dying. It wasn't so much Sauron and his celebrity, for lack of a better term, but the medium he used, the rings. The rings were vehicles of influence. On an equivalent power scale, the Dwarven and human rings were probably the same level of every social media app on Earth combined. The Elven rings were probably like the equivalent power of the influence of all our books, TV shows, and movies. Each avenue of media and information sharing has the power to build and shape the minds of billions, just like the 3 Elven rings.
Isn't that exactly what books and movies and art do for us? Preserve some other time and space through the beauty of language, preserving something that is, in essence, every second and minute fading from the earth. In the story, you're like, oh, they're just magically powerful items. Yeah, but how powerful?
I think it's obvious they are the forms of media we consume. But the One Ring would be all forms of social media. The newspapers, magazines, blogs, TikToks, and websites rolled into one single forged entity of power, control, and influence. Here's a quote from one of Tolkien's letters, and I think it really crystallizes this idea that influence is actually secretly the power of the ring. If I were to philosophize this myth, or at least the Ring of Sauron, I should say it was a mythical way of representing the truth that potency, or perhaps rather potentiality, if it is to be used and produce results, has to be externalized and somewhat passes out of one's direct control. A man who wishes to exert power must have subjects who are not himself, but he then depends on them. The Ring, his most viral content.
It is a strange fate that we should suffer so much fear and doubt over so small a thing. Such a little thing.
The perfect synthesis of corrupted nature, angelic power, and knowledge passed down from Morgoth and Aule. So let's get back to the thought experiment where the Dark Lord has entered the 21st century Earth. Sauron, with his ring of media, has begun to control and shape the minds of our fellow global citizens. Instead of a tower at Barad-dûr, he has fashioned a vast surveillance apparatus. With algorithmic precision, he can monitor every item purchased on Big Daddy Bezos' Amazon, every like, heart, and lingering thumb time spent over a post. Sauron's great eye, wreathed in flame. Or maybe that's the heat coming from the AWS servers. And just like the foundations of Barad-dûr, it cannot fully be destroyed. The data is there forever, to be used again and again and again, resurrected in the dull Guldur of our dreaming infrastructure. And yeah, Tolkien famously didn't like allegory. But this ain't allegory, it's speculation.
I see your mind.
You will take the ring to Sauron! You will betray us!
You go to your death.
And the death of us all!
I spend an inordinate amount of time thinking about characters from fantasy and fiction and literature and even history, what they would be like if they come into our time today, 21st century, internet, memes, TikToks, all of it. What would they do? What would they think? What would they believe? And would they thrive or not? And honestly, I think Sauron would thrive. He would transmutate Amazon and become this great hulking Dark Lord of the 21st century. No, but honestly, yeah, he'd probably thrive. Like, for real.
I sing this song with all my breath. Take heed, for this interlude ends with your death.